have some wind off our beam, so yay, we get to actually put the headsail out.
Welcome back, everyone. If this is your first time here, thanks for stopping by.
Unfortunately, my first few clips did not record any audio, so I'm going to do my best to retake what occurred as we left Symi. The island of Symi was stunning, and we really enjoyed its charm. Now it's time for us to move on to Kos, which will take us roughly 8 to 9 hours, depending on our sail. We're hoping that we'll be able to catch some wind, but we may be motoring part of the way. Make sure to stick around with us until Kos. As we explore the city, we will also deep dive into a few personal questions. Look forward to sharing that with you, and hope you enjoy. We've been motoring along and finally have some wind off our beam, so yay, we get to actually put the headsail out. Boo, we can't put up the mainsail because, as we mentioned, it blew up on us. So, and we haven't fixed it yet. So, we'll see when we fix it, but for now, headsail is gonna take us along.
How's it doing on that hatch? See?
Yeah, it's okay right now. Let me see if I can find the light. Find the light! There we go. So we have pretty rolly seas right now, and sustained 15 knots of wind with gusts above 20. And so when we put out the headsail, we reefed it. So we only put out the third reef, which is the smallest amount of sail that we can possibly have. That helps balance the boat and cause it to rock a little bit less, makes it a little bit more comfortable of a ride over. So yeah, here's our sail reefed in. Normally, if I had a full set of headsail out, we would have the end of this sail would be clear out here. So that's how much sail we actually gain when we have a full headsail out. We have a really big headsail. It's 135%, so it does a great job. Whoa. So we were going into Coast Town and the main town Quay, but the wind is coming out of the northwest, and that harbor is facing that way, so there wouldn't be much protection in there. So we scoped out a new spot that is actually on the south side of Kos, and it's basically a beach resort. It apparently, from what we've read in the reviews, has a really long, nice beach and good holding. So should be just holding in sand, and we'll go check it out. There's not a lot of mountain to block the wind, but it should at least block the swell, so it'll make a more comfortable evening for us. What do you see?
I see a long sandy beach.
Yeah.
And no boats.
Okay.
Well, we don't have any competition.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, that should make it easier.
Yeah, we'll go check it out.
Yeah. We're all tucked in the anchorage, and we'll see how long we stay here. There's actually a pretty strong wind that's coming through, so we may hook around to the Kos Quay tomorrow. It might be the next day. I don't know. Who knows? If anything, we're at this anchorage by ourselves, and it's epic. It's so cool. We've been hanging out in this south side of Kos for the last couple days. We had a little bit of a blow come through, and so we just chilled out here. Now we're going to head around the hook and head into the main city, the main port city of Kos. One hour and 9 minutes later, and we're around the hook. So we're just anchored outside of the main port city in Kos, and we're gonna go check out Kos. Looks like there's a castle, so we may check that out. We need to get the Wi-Fi. There's a couple other few errands that we need to run in town, but yeah, let's go see what it has to offer. Woohoo!
Oh.
Woohoo! Yeah. Provisions. We can feed ourselves.
Oh, food is good.
Yeah, food is good. Wi-Fi. And fishing shop out the door. Well done. Yes. So we've got the rest of the day.
Success.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Well, I got a pack full of food.
Let's go back to the boat.
Back to the boat we go.
The island of Kos was originally colonized by Carians. However, the Dorians invaded it in the 11th century BC, establishing a Dorian colony with a large contingent of settlers from Epidaurus, whose Aphaseus cult made their new home famous for its sanatoria. The other chief sources of the island wealth lay in its wines and in later days in its silk manufacturing.
All right, so we don't have a lot of personal content on here, and so we just threw it out to our viewership. Ask us questions about ourselves, and we'll get around to answering them. So here is a few of the first questions that have been asked. Hit me with it.
Okay. What was your travel, adventure, boating background before starting your YouTube channel?
All right, so boating background was no sailing. We come from the mountains of Utah and Idaho, so there wasn't much sailing to be had. But we started with a 19-foot ski nautique, a little high-performance ski boat. Then we upgraded to a bigger cruiser, slept 6, galley, full head, gen set, you know, all that stuff, 2 outboards, blah, 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 blah. Power boat. And I was on the bigger lakes in southern Utah. We have some pretty big reservoirs there, so that's where we kind of hung out there. And the cool part about Utah and Idaho is that they're 4-season states, which means we have winter and summer. So during the winters, we skied, we snowmobiled, snowshoed. During the summer times, we boated, did some canyoneering stuff, which is just ropes and deep canyons and
Climbing and rappelling.
Climbing and rappelling, that kind of stuff, you know.
Yep.
And yeah, just kind of hung out, did our thing.
Yeah.
So there you go. Hope that helps you on your way to understanding a little more about us.
Yeah.
Kos also became a center of production of unrefined silk, ores, and amphora. Kos's economic development during the period can further be exemplified by the 3rd and 2nd century BC with the construction of a theater, a new market with multiple stoas, a temple to Apollo at Alisarna. Furthermore, the construction and expansion of the area shows fortification works at Alisarna and multiple richly decorated houses. In 240 BC, several individuals provided guarantees for the transformation of Kos Asclepion into an asylum. This decision made Kos a more attractive destination for merchants and pilgrims. Kos had a strong reputation for justice from the late 4th century BC and was called on more frequently than any other city in the Hellenistic period to provide judges for the arbitration of disputes between and within other cities. The island is also described as a well-fortified port. Its position gave it a high importance in the Aegean trade, while the island itself was rich in wines and considerable fame. Under Alexander the Great and the Ptolemies, the town developed into one of the great centers in the Aegean. One person quotes, "The Bosphorus was sent to Kos to fetch gold deposited there by Queen Cleopatra of Egypt. Herod is said to have provided an annual stipend for the benefit of prize winners in the athletic games, and a statue was erected there to his son, Herod the Tetrarch."
Yeah. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
All right, so here's our question. What prompted you to start sailing the other side of the world and start your channel?
Oh, that's a good one. So what prompted us to start sailing? We had done some research, and there were two places that it was really affordable for us to buy a boat, and the Mediterranean was one of them. So initially we thought we were going to buy in the Caribbean. That didn't pan out, and so we ended up in the Mediterranean, and it's been a great experience. Initially, we did not think that we would sail in the Mediterranean. That wasn't our basic plans, but we're here, and it's been a great experience. Okay, so part two. What prompted us to start the channel? Family prompted us to start it because this was the best way for us to share our journey and adventure with our parents, grandparents, kids, and grandkids. So yes, that's what prompted it. It's the closest way we can share our experience with our friends and family. So we found this tree of wisdom that would have been pretty cool to do, and there's this bench right here. I don't think it's really good for sitting on. So we'll make this next question answer a quick one.
Question number 3?
Yes, 3.
Question number 3.
What are your sailing goals?
Sailing goals.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so
Good one.
my personal sailing goals are, well, I want to get to where I'm comfortable, where I don't have to think about everything that I'm doing all the time, where smoothing the boat is easy and you know, not a lot of commotion. We're getting there, definitely getting there, but it's a long ways away. But ultimately, we'd like to cross the Atlantic Ocean and then maybe the Pacific and beyond. So we'll see where that goes from here, but ultimately I'd just like to get comfortable where I don't have to think about everything all of the time. But it's getting better.
Yeah.
After a year and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gotten better.
it has.
Yeah.
Much more comfortable.
Yeah. Peace. Question number 4. All right, what we got here? What did or do you do for work?
What did I do for work? I was a commercial banker and helped businesses manage their cash and help them out with some lending as well.
So for me, I retired from a 20-year career as a firefighter paramedic. I was a captain when I retired, and yeah, I really enjoyed that career. It was a lot of fun, and I have a lot of fond memories from that. So, and now I have a little pension to go along with everything, so that's kind of how we finance everything and move through our world.
That's what we did for work. So 5 years before Cass retired, we actually put a plan in place to start looking at what we would do after his retirement. And so once he retired, we made the decision to buy a sailboat, which brings us to now.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed our video, like and subscribe. And don't forget to join us next week.
Woohoo!
Do you know us better now?
Yeah.
Ask yourself one question. Do ya, punk? Huh? Do you know me better? You better.
Now here we are. How else am I supposed to end that?
Well, I guess it's gonna end with now.